All right, the other day I was stuck in traffic with the E46 and I had some smoking coming from the back side of the hood in this area and some oil smell. So you can look down in here and get a light. You can see down in there by the valve cover, it's leaking oil right onto the exhaust, and that's why it's burning. So I'm gonna replace the valve cover gasket. Sometimes it's a good idea to replace the valve cover. I'm gonna start with the gasket and see how that goes. If it still leaks after that, I'll have to replace the valve cover. But another area to check is the oil filter housing, the gasket down there. So those are pretty common areas where you get oil leaks on these cars. And I'm sure there's others. If you know of any other oil leaks that I should look at or that other people should be informed about it, leave a comment below. All right, check this out. This car's got 175,000 miles on it, and you can see with the valve cover off how well maintained this was. There's no evidence of oil burning. You can see right here, there's a little bit right there. If it looked like this all over the place, all over the caps and on the cam and in this area, then you can tell that the vehicle hasn't been maintained well. You can see a little bit of oil burning up here. I'll just wipe that off before I put the cover back on. But this is definitely a well-maintained engine for 170,000 miles. All right, so looking at the seal, I didn't really see anything majorly wrong with the seal. It was leaking right in this area here. I mean, maybe the RTV? I don't think so though. But what I did think was these grommets. I'm not so sure these grommets got changed last time. And when you torque, yeah, because these are pretty stiff. The rest of the rubber's not really stiff. So when you torque these down, if these grommets are too thin, then you're not going to get the right clamping force on the valve cover. So I have new grommets, so I'm gonna put those on, and I'm thinking we're gonna be all good to go. Right, so I'll just clean this up, replace all these rubber grommets, and put the new gasket on. The gasket I got's the exact same, or it looks the exact same as the one that was on there. Just gonna do a little dab of RTV just on the corners. I mean, very little. Nothing crazy. And on the corners on the back too. I like using gray RTV. I don't know if it makes a difference. Probably doesn't make a difference. This gasket. Probably should have put this gasket in before I put the RTV on. That's alright. It's cold out. Doesn't matter. Alright. There we go. Let's slide it in place. Tires are out of the way. Looks good. And normally there's a couple engine covers on here. You just take those out with a couple 10mm bolts. In the end, that fixed my oil leak. If you need any of these parts, there will be a link in the description. I was able to do this job with all parts and a little bit of brake parts cleaner and sealer for less than $50. Obviously, depending where you live, prices may vary, but for the most part, you're saving yourself at least 3 hours of labor, which could end up being about $400 or $500 depending where you